We have not forgotten about this tragedy. The family hasn't, or the families and the community certainly haven't, and we won't either. Back in 2022, 21 young people died during what was a pens down party at the Enyobeni Tavern in the Eastern Cape. Pens down party. It's just after exams have finished. Now, since then, the liquor outlet has been shut down and the owners are in court for selling alcohol to minors. But now one of the accused has admitted something to eNCA. Let's find out what that actually is. Head over to ESC reporter Ronald Masinda, still covering the story for us. Let's start with this admission first. Ronald, good morning to you. What have we found out?
Well, most shockingly, Gareth, when we were in conversation with accused number one, Siya Kangela Ndevu, he said that he saw nothing wrong in trying to operate in terms of selling alcohol because, according to him, his suspension only means that he's not allowed to sell alcohol at Enyobeni Tavern and that he can operate anywhere else. And this comes after several sources of ours told us that they saw Ndevu on several occasions filling up his van with a lot of alcohol, and this was a suggestion that it was business as usual for him despite facing serious charges. But what we can expect today in court is perhaps more state witnesses testifying. And since this trial has started, we heard from several state witnesses, some from the Eastern Cape Liquor Board, basically saying that the liquor license holder, who is accused number two, Vuyokazi Ndevu, the owner, according to them, knew that selling liquor to persons under the age of 18 was illegal, and that this was a message that she was told year in, year out when she had to renew the liquor license. But also some of the chilling testimony has been given by some of the young survivors at Enyobeni Tavern. A lot of them saying during their testimony, when they were testifying, that a lot of the times they saw children as young as 15 also being part of some of the parties that took place there. But the parents, they want justice, of course, and not only through this trial, but they are also waiting with bated breath to hear what the police have found out in terms of their own inquest, where the person or the persons responsible will be announced later this month. But we heard from Khululekile Ngandana, one of the parents, and this is what he had to say when we spoke to him yesterday.
Hopefully, we will get to know exactly what happened. Then we also would love that the reports are also being given a third party to say, because we believe that not all the tests that were supposed to be done on those reports were done. So if that's the case, then why? If that's the case, the other tests must be done as well, so that we can know the integrities of the reports, so that what really happened. So we will not just sit and do nothing. We will try to check each and every detail about the reports to satisfy ourselves as to really this is what happened to the children.
Yeah, Ronald, I find it an astonishing admission that the accused thinks that the prohibition on the selling of liquor is only tied to the Enyobeni Tavern, considering what is happening with this court case and the accused. So I appreciate the update on that admission. I want to talk as well about one of the accused. If memory serves correctly, it's accused number one, Siya Kangela Ndevu, as well. Tell me the latest on that, because I understand saying he doesn't think he did anything wrong. Am I right?
Yes, indeed, Gareth. And he came out guns blazing yesterday when we spoke to him, saying that when this trial is over, that justice will also be served in terms of what he says, showing that he and his wife are not guilty of anything, and that they will continue fighting in court with regards to other cases that they are involved in, such as a court order that has been issued by the Buffalo City Metropolitan Municipality for the building Enyobeni Tavern to be demolished. And now this comes after it was found by the municipality that the building regulations were flawed, that there was no building plans handed to the municipality that were approved, and also that there was no rezoning to change Enyobeni Tavern from a residential to a business premises. And not only that, he says, and this is some of the comments that were made by the parents, that he doesn't believe that the eNCA Health Department's toxicology report was right in terms of determining that the cause of death was suffocation. He believes that the children were poisoned before coming to Enyobeni Tavern. So he says that he and his legal team will prove this in court. He also says that he cannot wait to take to the dock to testify and give his side of the story. We heard from him yesterday, and this is what he also told us.
I'm not afraid. I am not afraid. Even if they can say I must be responsible for that, I know. And abantwana zange bathenga even no tywala. It's been nyaka in 2 months, and still footage kubo. If abantwana babethengile bafamba babonile phana footage, why do we have to go outside abantu bamaboxoke court bantu ngangqina? If umntana have sent over imali khatharu omnye kutywala, CCTV footage is there, 24-hour CCTV surveillance ikhona phayana. Ikubo ndibanekile, not a single one of them wayethenga utywala.
Yeah, so in this particular court case, we are still awaiting justice. We're still awaiting closure for all of those families who lost their youngsters, who really should have just been enjoying a night out with friends, but turning into a tragedy, which Ronald Masinda is going to stay on for us today. There he is, just across the road from the courtroom. We'll go back to him later with